Hey David,
How are you?
Hey,
I'm
David.
good, David. I'm good. Thank you so much for joining.
My pleasure. Thanks for the invitation.
So
So,
David,
David,
how's the situation over there? Go ahead.
yeah. So, David, let us introduce ourselves. I'm pretty sure you are aware about Sushant and pretty much everyone on the team, but excuse me, but still. So, let me start with myself, David. It's great to meet you. Finally, I've heard so much about you from Sushant, and I've been following you as well. And you guys have been doing fantastic work with Copado. Copado seems like a pretty good tool. Yeah. Thank you very much for creating a tool like this. We were actually, so I don't know you have experience with that, but there's a tool already on Salesforce App Exchange, we called Agile Accelerator, right? So we
Yeah.
used to, so that was the closest that Salesforce had with relation to this, and there are the other tools like TaskRay, TaskSpeed, but nothing as robust as Copado. But Copado is a pretty robust
Exactly.
solution. Thank you very much for that.
Oh,
So
thank you.
starting with me, yeah, I'm Atul Gupta. I'm leading the New Delhi Salesforce developer group. I've been a two-time Salesforce MVP, and thanks to so this Impact Salesforce Saturday is one of the programs that we have been running as part of New Delhi group, and it has been going great. So we started it long back. So we started this 4 years back. We used to call it Virtual Salesforce Saturdays, and then last year we rebranded it as Impact Salesforce Saturdays, because a lot of other Salesforce Saturday groups also started doing virtual Salesforce Saturdays. So we wanted to kind of stand out as we are doing something similar, but in a very different way. So we renamed it as Impact Salesforce Saturday. Then starting off this year, Sushant came in. We were doing it on and off last year, but Sushant and then Vishal came in, and then Sagar came in. So these guys have been the core, right?
Mhm.
So it's going really good so far. So Sushant has really taken up this initiative, and he has been running with this initiative very, very well for the last couple of months. And now we have been doing these sessions every week, every Saturday, right?
Mhm.
And every Sunday. So this time we had to do it on Sunday, as you know, because
Yeah.
Copado already has a series going on Saturdays. We were not aware of that, but yeah. So we have got sessions lined up for well into September, and then October, November, and December also we are reaching out to more people for sessions. So if you are interested, anyone from your side is interested in giving out any session, do let us know. We would love to host them with our audience. And then our main emphasis is on series of sessions. So instead of just having one session of 1 hour, again, that's also something that we can take care of, but a series of sessions where a speaker can dive deeper into all of the topics of a particular feature in Salesforce.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about that. And then Sagar and Vishal, if you can also give a little introduction about yourselves.
Nice meeting you too. It's
Thank you.
great what you are doing with this initiative.
Thank you,
Congratulations.
David. Yeah, thank you. All thanks to the volunteers here, guys. Yes. Vishal, if you can start with yourself, maybe introduce yourself a little.
I think Vishal is on mute.
Yeah,
She's not available at the moment.
no worries, no worries. Sagar, if you can jump in. Let me unmute these guys. Sagar, uh,
Sagar, are you there?
Hey, yeah.
yeah, Sagar is there.
Really
Yes,
sorry, I was speaking on mute.
no
Hey,
worries.
David, it's really nice to meet you, and
Maybe-
heard a lot about you from Sushant and from entire team whomsoever we connect up regarding Copado. Um, so it's really nice connecting to you. My name is Sagar. I've been with New Delhi SFD CDG from last 1 year. So I'm an Einstein AI champion, currently working with LCL Technologies, and really admire Copado. Being I totally can agree that yeah, it's the number one tool out there, and it's really amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the
And
kind.
Sagar, if you remember, we met David in Trail at DX19. I don't know if
Absolutely,
David
yeah,
remember.
at the demo booth, right? Yeah, we totally Exactly, remember that. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
It was a great event.
absolutely.
Yeah. Nice meeting you, Sharon.
So David, at that time you always
Thanks.
respect that.
Yeah?
Sushant, come again. We didn't got it.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Now go on.
Yeah, so what I am saying, like David in Trailhead DX when we met, so you give me a T-shirt, this Copado T-shirt. So I'll
Ah,
wear it for like showing respect to you. So, yeah, for all the support you have provided for this particular series. So this is the respect for you guys. Yeah, thank you so much for all the things you have. Yeah.
my pleasure, my pleasure. And we will definitely continue collaborating with this initiative. I'm going to share today about a mentorship program coming out where we're going to take people from Salesforce that has this kind of group, and we'll be enabling them with more resources and goodies and vouchers to create and to share the knowledge. So we're going to enable a channel dedicated for certain mentors so that they can spread the knowledge and help others to learn as well. So I'll share a little bit about that today on the session.
Sure. So I think we have 4 p.m. here, and now we have to start. So David, are you going to share your screen?
Yes, yes, I have some slides. It's going to be about what's new in summer and just an update. It's going to be, I think, yeah, 20 minutes. Is that okay, right?
Okay. So yeah. So David, we want to meet you with another guy, Hari. He's our guest speaker for this entire Copado series. He's a Copado MVP as well. I think you already know. So Hari, can you please introduce yourself as well?
Yeah, sure, mate. Hey, David. It's
Hey,
nice. It's a pleasure to meet you finally.
I've seen you in the community around. Very active.
Oh, great, man. Yeah. So about me, like I'm working as a senior Salesforce developer at Wiley. So we are the customers for the Copado. So where we use and go around with this Copado all the days, pretty much every day. And
Wow.
it's been a really fantastic tour, right? It's give us a lot of things to do in a quick way. So thanks, guys. Thanks, guys, for that. So from that, I got admired with the Copado, and yeah, I got some knowledge from Patricia. So she's the one who mentored me all the time. She tell about this Copado and the features. So I got about Copado from her, and we used every day. So pretty much every day we got some issues, and we create a ticket, or we create a case, or we put a question and got the answer from Patricia or some other people. So likewise, we got to know about the Copado, and
Yeah.
and Shushan asked me to do this session, so I would like to do this. And also, I don't know whether these people are getting from my presentation, but yeah, pretty much this is really good too. Thanks, guys.
No, nice meeting you, Hari. Nice meeting you. It's awesome. Thank you for always being around, and I've seen you even helping other customers, so that's fantastic.
Oh, okay, thanks, Mitch.
Okay.
Thanks, Hari. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much, David, again for your time. So I think we have our participants have joined. We will wait for 1 or 2 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Shushan, do I need to share my screen? Then.
So, Hari, David will start today, and then after we will start with your session.
Yeah.
So, hi everyone. Thanks for joining today's session. We will just wait for 1 or 2 minutes more, and then we will start. So today we have David itself with us. He's the guy who is behind all these Copado and all the certification programs running in our India, across the India or across the world as well, not India only, across the world. So guys, this is a really wonderful time, and we will like listen live David with us, and he will going to share something new about Copado, the new release, what Copado released this time, summer 20 release. So you will get to know about the new features from summer 20 release. And apart from that, also David will share something about the Copado community, how Copado community is something different and correlated with Salesforce. So all these things you will get to know within next half an hour. So David, now stage is your, you can share your screen.
Thank you so much, Sushant. I'm very pleased to be today sharing with you. So thank you for the invitation and congratulations on this initiative to give back to the community and to share. It talks really good about you. So let me see if I can just share my screen. Confirm if you can see my slide.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, good team. So first of all, again, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the invite. Thank you for learning about Copado. This is the new branding and logo for the summer 20. It is very bold and, summerish. So it is definitely something new just from a branding perspective, but what's inside, it's also pretty interesting. I'm a little bit of myself. Yes, I'm David. I'm running the education and evangelism team in Copado. I'm behind the certification program with my team, which is a fantastic team. And also I'm running the playgrounds in the community and some other evangelism engagements that will be ramping up very fast this year. So you can expect great things. So what we're gonna talk today in the next, 20 minutes, it's just about what's new on this summer release. I'm assuming that for now you've been hearing a little bit about Copado, so you already know what it is. So I'm not gonna go in that introduction. I'm sure Hariprasath has been sharing with you this knowledge. So I'm gonna give you just an idea of what's coming in this new release that is actually going live July the 15th. One of the first things that I think is, you are the first ones that are gonna listen to this outside of the company is, this is not restricted only to Copado. The intelligence that we have built in part of our new features can be enjoyed in a separate way. What this means is you can just put a new package in your org and start using part of these new features without even having the entire Copado package installed in your org. So as part of this summer 20 release, we have a focus in different areas. First, there's around 160 new features inside our core DevOps platform. Some of those are enhancements, UI and UX enhancement that we've been hearing from you and from our customers in the community and on our boards with customers. There's also something very interesting that we are launching, and it is the DevOps expert ecosystem. For us, what's more important here is the DevOps marketplace. This marketplace is the first time we're gonna see this. It's actually a place in our success community where we have an exchange of automations, of data templates, of extensions to our core package, where individual contributors, customers, and MVPs from the community will start providing more of the things that they've been building on top of us. So there you can expect on our success community, the DevOps marketplace, to come to live in July the 15th, where if you've done some automation if you've created a data template to deploy CPQ or Encino using Copado data deploy, there is a place for you to push this this metadata and these templates that you've been building and sharing those with the community and getting feedback from them. So this is the first DevOps marketplace or exchange that's going to be out there, and that's part of this release. Our flagship for this one, it's called DevOps 360 Analytics. And we are going to talk about what is that in this session. I don't know if you're aware, but with all of the changes on the world and with all of this uncertainty, companies need to really make decisions and do a fast delivery and really understand what's happening on their system and where are the opportunities for enhancement. And if you don't have data to understand what's happening, you can make the smart decisions. And the idea of DevOps 360 Analytics, it is going directly into your process, identifying the bottlenecks and helping you make the wise decisions. So very important to start looking towards this DevOps analytics and the automation. In Salesforce itself, the process, the change process do have different stages. And as you know right now, to be effective and to deliver fast and safe, you need to adopt best practices and you need to go in a smart way through all of the different stages of changes getting into production, right? It's not only create code and then deploy. No, it's actually about verifying, about monitoring that your org is still working as it is expected. Questions like, is it that the new Salesforce release is going to impact the behavior of my org, right? Is it that something I have is not going to be working on next Salesforce release? You need to be monitoring, planning, creating in a smart way. Copado does cover all of these stages of DevOps end to end. And to help you in that journey, we are building this new tool such as DevOps 360 to help you understand and get better in each of these individual stages. So this DevOps 360, I'll tell you, this is kind of magic. I've been trying it and I'll be showing you just in a couple of minutes how it looks, but it is definitely what we need to be aiming for, and it is data. Data is so important for us to make the right choices. And in each stage, right? So for example, if you're a developer, I don't know exactly what roles we do have on the session, but my guess is we do have developers, right? So you could be familiar with code analysis or with PMD, with code scan, and you know how to probably do things right, but sometimes we miss those things. Something that's fantastic about getting the feedback and analytics about just you as an individual is to understand as an individual contributor, how have you been becoming better? Of the number of stories that you've been deploying, how many of those stories had required to be redone or to be taken back to the development because there was something missing, because the code was not right? That data, it's for you as well to learn how are you becoming better and where are the areas of opportunities through time. All of those types of metrics in the overview that you will get with DevOps 360, you'll be able to learn. Now, if you take a look at the stages and at the personas that you have in the change process, it's not only our job, it's not only us as developers, as admins, as architects in charge of the delivery of the platform. The truth is, DevOps was built to help achieve us collaboration and to sync development and operations, right? So when we talk about getting DevOps 360 and visibility of data, it's because there's so many different personas on the journey to getting changes into production that we need to monitor and help understand where are the bottlenecks among all of the different personas on the journey so that we can identify that bottleneck and fix it. So what I'm going to probably skip some of these slides. This is a big slide. Well, what I'm gonna go is directly into the features, because my guess is you're really looking into that. We all know there is a gap that as our teams get bigger, handling that, it becomes even more complex. As your sandboxes get out of sync, it becomes even more complex to sync all of that. And at the end, we end up refreshing those and it becomes a challenge, right? So Copado has been building all of these features. Are you familiar with this, with the new pipeline, Sushant or Hari? Have you talked about the pipeline of the past release and continuous delivery yet?
No, David. We are going to do today the continuous delivery, but we have seen about these pipelines. Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so I will let this to you, no problem. But what you can expect, team, here in the new release is a lot of data analysis, a lot of automations, and helping you get better. That's the whole idea. Okay, our really focus now is to help you understand your process and to make sure that you are doing all of the testing and all of the code scan, regression testing, Selenium, all of that in the left. And if you see our pipeline, let me see, if you see a pipeline like this, it is very usual that when you find a bug, you find it in UAT. And by the moment that it is in UAT or in production, you've lost a lot of time and that impacts on the business. So what we are now enabling you is to do all of the automations on the left so that you are able to identify fast what's wrong so that whenever you get to UAT, you're almost ready to deploy to production and there's no surprises or minimal surprises, I would say. In the journey to be like a great, be in a great shape in DevOps, you really want to get to level 5. Have you seen this one before, team? This matrix? I'm going to take that as a no.
No, dude. No, dude.
Oh, yeah, no problem, no problem. So with Copado, we understood that not everyone, it's that we all need to get to Nirvana in DevOps, but there are 5 levels to get there, right? And maybe you are running a small project, and that small project doesn't require a big complexity. So you can basically say, hey, David, I'm in level 1, because in my project, the only thing I have is 2 sandboxes or 1 sandbox, and I really don't need an enterprise solution to deploy. It's only me, right? And that's not bad. It's just you're at the beginning. What are you going to use a bazooka to kill an ant, right? You don't need it. But there's this different levels. But that you say, hey, David, now I want to get to the next level, which is version control. And I'm going to use source version control because I need to achieve a little bit of collaborations and backup. And then you start adopting new practices. And then you say, my team is going bigger and I need to go a little bit faster. So I'm going to introduce agile releases. And these agile releases is you take an individual work item and you connect that work item of that user story in Jira to Git, right? So that's a connection of your work item with Git. And once you have that, you say, what if I start automating some of this stuff and say, like, every time I commit Apex, I run the test associated to my story. What if I run the Selenium test associated to the module I'm working on, right? This is intelligent automation. And at the end, what you want to have is such an intelligent automation that you can really achieve true continuous delivery and continuous improvement. That's what this is all about, right? So I'm gonna go to the functionalities. And this is what's new. This is the slide that you really wanna take a look at. DevOps Analytics is, it has 2 modules actually. There's one basic analytics, and then there's a bigger one, which is like deep intelligence analytics of Copado. And in this, we have the value stream map and the analytics. So if you're not familiar yet with what a value stream map is, a value stream map helps you map a process that you have and understand on each of the stages of the process that you have, what is time that you are just spending waiting, and what is the time that you're actually working on something, right? And remember, we are looking towards data to understand how can we get better? Where are the bottlenecks? What's wrong in the process? How can we make it more efficient? So with value stream maps, our deep connection to the metadata and to the user story and to your process will help us build for you a value stream map that will help you understand exactly what's the productivity and what is the time that you are just waiting for something to be revised. There's in DevOps, there's 4 very important key metrics that you want to be monitoring. And I think I do have a slide for that in the next ones. So let me see. Yeah, here. So one of the biggest key metrics that you need to be understanding is what is your lead time. And a lead time, it is from the moment that something starts and it's defined, how much time it really takes to be delivered. So someone creates a story, completes the specs, how much weeks or hours it takes for that story to be really deployed. Do you know that? Have you ever thought about it? So this is the questions that you will be getting the answer with the value stream map. And then when you see your process and your team and your developers, and you say, I actually, for this story, I actually only spent 8 hours or 5 hours. Why do I need 96 hours for this to get to production? What is wrong? So what you find with this is that probably you're just waiting for a pull request to be approved, or you are waiting for the QA team to get into the environment and manually test, or for someone to approve. So this kind of mapping is going to really enable you to understand how to get better and where is the bottleneck. In the journey to get to real continuous delivery, you need to really be monitoring the process. And this is one of the ways that you'll get to really understand what's going on there. Copado has been doing a fantastic job until now in all of automations and on deployment. So the reason why this is the new thing and the new big thing is because we really wanna help you to leverage Copado and all of the tools that you already have to make your time to get to production really reduce so that you deliver fast and safe, right? So this is the new value stream maps that you'll be having. This is a separate package. You'll be able to install and to use it. This is something that you can use for cases, for user stories, for opportunities. So it's not precisely tied only to the DevOps process that you have. Apart from this, we also have Copado DevOps Analytics, right? So this is a more deep understanding of your process. And these are the 4 big metrics that the industry says that you should be measuring in your company to understand how well you are performing in DevOps. So these 4 metrics are the DevOps, the deployment frequency, how often are you deploying? And it's not only deploying to production, is how often are you deploying and back deploying to the orgs, right? The lead time as well, giving you an alert on how are you doing in terms of the last month, for example. The average change fail rate out of all of the deployments that you are doing, how much of those deployments need to be reworked or produce some downtime on the system because something goes wrong, right? And then whenever something goes wrong, what time do you need to recover from that? Because you need to have a recovery strategy to be able to either roll back or roll over the changes that you just did in the production environment. And this is Copado DevOps Analytics. It gives you that overview of the process step by step. So if you see, as Copado started as a very technical platform to really help you get the job done and just deploy and resolve conflicts for you and do back promotions and deploy data and do code analysis. And now all of the things that you were able to do as a technical thing, we're now elevating you to see the process itself and to help you enhance that process so you get better and deliver faster. This is, again, this is part of the Copado DevOps Analytics measures. And then you will have a report like this one that you are seeing, where you can deeply analyze all of the different charts and metrics that you have defined on the stages, right? Like the planning, what's the burnout. So each of these metrics, we will be packaging this, and on July the 15th, you'll have it available for you. And I'm not yet sure if we'll be able to connect this on the playgrounds, but we will definitely be working towards this metrics. Okay, this one, the development dashboard, it's actually one very interesting. I don't know if you have ever wondered how often you modify one file just in your production environment and why. So this dashboard that we are embedding now in our DevOps Analytics, it's going to be monitoring the metadata types that you modify the more, but also the metadata files in terms of how often you modify that individual file. And then with all of that information will help you understand the complexity also of your deployments, right? How much metadata items you have in one deployment, how many times you try to deploy something, what's the lead time there. So this is really making you smarter on the process. I'm gonna just jump into the next functionality. Tim, if you have any question, please just throw it to me. And I'm open to answer. So just this kind of a better look of how this looks in the package. I've been playing around with this actually already for a while, and it is pretty cool. The first thing I did with the value stream map was not even look at our development process. I went in and I was looking just at support to see how support was doing. And then immediately I really got nice insight about the opportunities for enhancements, right? So these uses field tracking. So you'll need to do some changes if you don't have it yet, but all of that information is going to be available for you as the release. In terms of data deploy, I don't know if you're familiar with this functionality of Copado, but Copado has a data deployment functionality to deploy relational data. This could be, for example, CPQ data and CNOTE data, or just opportunities and accounts and contacts, right? So this relational data, usually it's very complex to be syncing all of this data among your pipeline. And since it's very complex to do that, Copado has built the data deployment engine. And now we are doing some enhancement on top of this, such as the relational diagram, the templates that are going to live in the DevOps exchange in our community, data filter so that you can filter exactly what it is that you want to deploy. And then you'll be able to do this using Copado in the user story. Because actually a release, there's a lot of manual tasks that usually are not metadata. And for that, you'll probably need Apex scripts, data deployments, and other, right? So it's very important to take a look at this functionality as very big releases do require some more than just metadata. And I'm gonna finish with the community updates. This is the first time I'm sharing this outside of Copado. So we are working to release the mentorship program of Copado. Not everything is yet defined, but this will be out very soon. And this is, we're gonna take the applications for people and look at their resumes. And we're going to enable for them a special channel inside Copado with our Copado leadership, so that you can get access to exclusive resources and to Copado help, so that you can extend Copado to others. So what this means is you'll be getting access to our vouchers to share with your mentees. Potentially, and I'm not sure, but potentially we'll have a goodies store inside that you'll be able to buy with the number of modules that you've completed and with the number of mentees that you've taken, and also to share some of these goodies. This is not confirmed, but we are working on that. And then you'll receive your welcome kit, and potentially, this is under discussions because this Dreamforce is not happening, but potentially we'll be creating a global gathering of mentors, and this is to be discussed. It's not approved, but we've been just talking about that. And as a mentee, people will be able to just get into Copado and to start learning about it with the help of someone that we have recognized. So these mentors will have a wall for them, and we'll be advertising them through the community. Finally, the last thing is what's coming soon as well with this release. There's a new certification that's coming out, which is the DevOps Implementation 1. And this cert is going to be available as beta next month, so starting in July. And it's going to be very interesting because it's going to be connected to a new type of playground where you'll need to set up everything by yourself to really understand how the inside of Copado it's built, right? So this is the new release that has amazing changes on the product, DevOps 360, analytics, better data deployment with Copado, a exchange of templates and of automations in our community, mentorship program, and a new certification that's coming out this July. Team, I think, Sushant, I think from my end, this is kind of an overview of what's coming. There's obviously a lot of more enhancements in the product, better support for DX, and a lot of other stuff inside there. But this is like the big thing. So I don't know if there's some questions. What do you think?
No, David, I think this is a really something new for all of us, and thanks for sharing with us all these things. And participants, if you have any questions, this is a really great time to have answered your questions directly from David. And if you want to know about any process or any community things where you are facing some issues, or you are want to ask like how you can start your like learning for Copado, then all these questions you can shoot out to David here, and David will answer these things. If you have any doubts related to any certifications, Copado certifications, then you can also these type of questions here as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I read from Sagar, which says he's excited about the mentorship program. So yeah, that's going to be out pretty soon. And then, yeah, we'll be able to apply for that. And then the resolution time, it's around 2 weeks. And then you'll be able to get the mentees and get all of the other benefits. We'll be shipping things to your house and just supporting you worldwide, actually. So I really hope that you can apply to that soon. Once I'm done, Sushant, I'll probably share that with you as well and with the team here, so that we are the first ones getting access to it. Okay?
Yeah, sure, David. And David, we have one question from Prakash. Some features are not enabled in the playgrounds while practicing for certification.
Yes, that is correct. That is something that is going to be fixed in like 2 weeks, and then you'll get access to all of the other features. The DevOps 360 is not yet on Playgrounds, but we'll be working on that soon. And what's going to be available tomorrow, actually, it's a new type of playground that you'll be able to get tomorrow, your evening, which is a playground where you have the possibility to have a full configuration or light configuration. So this light configuration is just everything but not connected, for you to really go in and try to make it work and see how it goes.
Awesome. And we have another question uh, from R. Palanival. Sorry for pronouncing wrong if I'm wrong. Is the required for SFDC admin certification for DevOps admin?
It's not required. It is recommended that you get admin experience, but not required, but really recommended.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I see he also asking about the new playground. It's going to be exactly in the same place in the community. The only difference is when you try to create your playground, you will get the question about if you want a full configuration or a light configuration. In a light configuration playground, it is a playground where you have licenses and you have everything almost ready, but you need to go in and create your own pipeline by yourself.
Okay. Guys, if you have any questions, we will wait for 1 or 2 minutes more, and then we will proceed further. So one question from Ananya. I want to learn about DevOps developer. Should I need to DevOps admin first, then developer? I think
Yes.
it's, yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So Ananya, for going for developer certification, admin is a prerequisite. So you have to do it.
Yes, it's all connected. It's all connected. You need to go first by admin, developer, and then implementation.
So another question from Swami. When we can have a playground without time limitations?
That is actually a constraint that we have from Salesforce. So I'm not sure how to figure that out yet, but it will be fantastic to have it in a permanent way. Yeah.
One
So
question.
I'm not sure, but I would like to have that, because till now it's only 30 days, but it's because Salesforce is limiting us in that way.
One question from Deepak. Hello, I am new to Copado. Just wanted to know, are Copado playgrounds are same as Trailhead playgrounds? Also, I just read Copado trails are valid for 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
So only for 30 days. Okay, this is the same question. I think David already answered that. We have some
Yes,
limit.
they're different than Trailhead playgrounds for now, and they're valid for 30 days only. Yes.
So
I think for Surab, it's in this event. Sushan, Sushan can help you with a voucher if you at the end participate with him.
yes, guys. So at the end we have a Kahoot quiz, and 3 lucky winners will get a chance to win Copado certification. And I would like to, on this first subject, I would like to thank David and the entire Copado team for supporting us, and for providing all the certifications. Due to them, we are only able to do that, and we are able to circulate these and lots of certifications within this 1 month. So thank you so much, David, for all the support you have shown for this.
My pleasure. Thanks to you, Sushan. I'm very pleased to be supporting your initiative.
One, can we create a new playground? I think yes. Yeah, right now you can create, but not the new one, right,
Yeah,
David?
not the new one. The new one is going to be available tomorrow at this same time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think David, we are done with the questions.
Okay.
And so David, so from the entire New Delhi Salesforce developer group, and from our entire Salesforce community, I would like to thank you a lot. Thank you so much for all the support you have shown within this last 1 or 2 months related to this particular Copado series. And definitely, I think I remember, like I only reached out to you regarding this, and within my one response, you like agreed to provide your support. So thank you so much, David, for all the support. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, and we will keep helping. So thanks to you.
Yeah, thanks, David, for the certification vouchers and all the support.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Okay, so guys, this is David. I hope you like his session. I think that this is something new, and this is a. I think David already told that this is the first place where David show all these things, and you are the first 29 people who know about this the new features will the Copado come up with in future. So you can explore this on you just go to success.copado.com, and you will register yourself with the Pathfinder group where you will get to know all the updates related to Copado in that group, and you can ask all the questions related to all your learning with Copado, and David and his team will definitely reply on the Copado. So that Pathfinder group is quite active on success community of Copado. So definitely you have to leverage that. Okay, so now let's go further with this. Let me introduce. We have Hari. As you already know, we have covered last 3 sessions with Hari, and the sessions are really informative. So Hari is a Copado MVP and also a Salesforce certified developer. So Hari, without wasting any time, we can proceed further with your session.
Okay, great. Thanks, Sushant. I'll share my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen, guys?
Not yet, Hari.
I don't know whether I'm sharing my screen. Okay, I'll share. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see it now.
I hope you can see.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks, David, for the great introduction about the Summer 20 release. So I will I will try out this. And okay, so today, so last 3 weeks, we have discussed about the features or the basic features of Copado, and we will be continue on that today as well. And today we are going to look about the merge conflict resolution and also the Copado continuous delivery. So those are the advanced features of Copado. And about myself, I think everybody knows about myself. So I'm Hariprasath, and I'm doing these sessions of Copado series. And yeah, over to you, Sushant, about.
Thanks, Hari. So guys, we are New Delhi Salesforce Develop Group. We are in existence for like 4 years, and we are running several initiatives in Salesforce community. One of them is Impact Salesforce Saturday. So in the Impact Salesforce Saturday, we come up with every Saturday we come up with a new series or new topic of Salesforce, and thanks to all the experts from Salesforce community, they will support us, and they will give they will share their knowledge with us every Saturday on every different topics in Salesforce. This time we are conducting DevOps month. June we have treated June as a DevOps month, and we are running a series on Copado. So this is the last session of our DevOps series. So these are some our Twitter handles, New Delhi Developer Group, or these are our hashtags. You can like, share, or retweet if you like our sessions on Twitter. And this is our official website, www.newdelhisfdc.org. So you can visit this site, and you can find all the past sessions and their video, their recordings, and their PPTs on the site. And you can also know about our upcoming sessions. So just to give a heads up, like in July, we are coming up with our new series on Lightning Web Components. So you can watch out. And another initiative we are running is Mentorship Central. So this is a platform where we are connecting our Salesforce experts with our Salesforce newbies, or those who want to start their career in Salesforce, so they can register themselves as a mentor, and our experts are already registered there as a as a mentee, and our experts also registered there as a mentor. And then mentee can send a request to mentor over there through the platform, and mentor, after reviewing the profile, mentor will accept mentees, and like now they can collaborate with each other, and mentor will help his mentees to guide within their Salesforce learning path.
Oh,
So yeah,
yeah. Okay. Thanks, Shushan.
thanks Hari, thank you.
Okay. Then we'll move our session today. So I kept these slides to understand the newcomers of these sessions. So this is about why we really need these Copado and what other prerequisites need to learn about Copado. And so this is about Copado, and this is the architecture of the Copado. So what we really need about Copado and what we really need as a DevOps tool for Salesforce. And this is the architecture. So this is how the Copado do the deployment from low environment to upper environment using the version control system, and also with the Copado backend that gives you more governance limits. So today we are going to learn about this merge conflict resolution and the Copado continuous delivery. So first we will be discussing about the merge conflict. So as we all know that we are doing the development as a enterprise level development, we know that that sometimes this merge conflict occurs when two people are working in a same file in two different places. Like for example, if you are developing some features in two different feature branches out of the target branch, if we touch the same file or the same file with the same lines, this JIT may be confused. So which files we need to merge with the destination branch. So these kind of conflicts occur when hundred of developers working in the same repository. So this is happened in JIT. As we all know that this Copado also connect with version control. So it keeps the history of the metadata files. So how we can like if this kind of merge conflict occur while do the deployment, the promotion deployments, how we can avoid or how we can resolve these kind of conflicts. So as we all know that we are doing the development in Salesforce, and you know that we are not very familiar with JIT. So if the merge conflict occur, or if something going wrong with the JIT, then we need to go and do our merge conflict resolution in the JIT repository. So for that, we need to get this in our local environment, and we need to resolve this merge conflict. We need to resolve this merge conflict, and we need to deploy the changes. To avoid these kind of issues, Copado given us to different merge conflict resolution mechanism to resolve these kind of merge conflicts. So you don't need to go to the JIT repository, or you don't need to clone it to your local to resolve these kind of merge conflicts. So you can see, so in two situations, these merge conflict can occur in Copado. So for example, if you are creating a feature branch, and if you are trying to merge this feature branch with so branch, like when you first commit the changes from a user story, it will create a feature branch. At the same time, it will merge this feature branch with the source org branch. So at that time, it can be happen, the conflict. And also, when you try to merge this feature branch with the promotion branch, so whenever you try to deploy one user story from a low environment to another environment, So last week we have discussed about this branch strategy. So in that case, so it will create a promotion branch out of the destination org branch, and this feature branch will be merged with this promotion branch. So at that time also, if these lines got conflict, it will give you the merge conflict. So to resolve these kind of merge conflicts, Copado offers you two types of conflict resolution mechanisms, like automatic resolution and the manual resolution. The automatic resolution means, so Copado will automatically apply some auto resolve strategy depending on the file type to resolve that Copado JIT merge conflict. So we will not going to look about automatic resolution because it will anyway automatically do by Copado. The other one is manual resolution. So manual resolution, so it will allow the user or the developer to resolve the conflict, this merge conflict by themselves. So for example, you can see this Apex class and Apex triggers and some of the other metadata are the challenging metadata that we can't resolve. So Copado can't resolve it automatically because Copado doesn't know whether it need to allow these changes or the developer one changes or developer two changes. So Copado asks the developer to do this manual resolution. So as I discussed, so we will be going to see about the manual conflict resolution. So this manual conflict resolution happens. So this manual or the online conflict resolution features, it's driven from the exclude from auto resolve multi-select pick list that is available in the pipeline and promotion records. So even if you have these kind of Apex class, Apex triggers, so you need to tell to Copado that Copado needs to not do the automate conflict resolution for these kind of metadata. So we need to exclude these metadata to auto resolve by Copado by exclude these metadata from these pick list fields. So this is available in pipeline and promotion. And also here you can see that in the pipeline you can configure to exclude these metadata, and also you can exclude these from promotion. And if the promotion have more metadata that exclude from this auto resolve, then whenever you do the deployment or the promotion, it will take the values of promotion, not from the pipeline. And also you can see whenever you have done the deployment, and if you do the promotion process, and it check this exclude from auto resolve pick list, and if some metadata is selected in this field, for those metadatas, the auto resolve won't be happen, and it will be prompted to the developers to manually resolve these conflicts. And also you can proactively check. You can proactively, even before it's showing to this, show these to the developer, which means whenever you do the promotion process, it will check the metadata, and it will show the developers that there are conflicts available in these metadata, so that you have to resolve these merge conflicts. But there is a feature in Copado is already available, this user story overlap awareness. So when you enable this feature, Copado will run a batch to identify the potential conflict files. So whenever you go into a user story, so as you all know that you can create a user story and you can commit the changes, commit the files, or the we will deploying metadata from one environment to another environment by adding those metadata. So it will be calculate these potential conflicts and it will show it in your user story. So we will be looking this in the org as well, but as an idea that it will automatically, so even before showing these merge conflict issues in Copado, it will automatically even before that it will show that these metadata have some potential conflict with other user stories. So you can connect with so after that you can connect with the other developers and proactively you can resolve this conflict by yourself. So this feature can be enabled by flagging the index metadata checkbox in the project record. And also, if you would like to exclude a user story from this process, what you can do is you can there is a checkbox in user story layout that you can click stop indexing metadata that will be not taking this user story. Where whatever the user story is having the stop indexing metadata checkbox checked is not included in this user story overlap awareness. And also, so while we doing the conflict resolution, we will show these conflict resolution panel and everything, and we will be discussing about these things when we do the conflict resolution. So we'll go to this. We'll go to our org and we'll see. Here you can see that we have discussed these pipeline. So this is the pipeline we have discussed. Here you can see to exclude to auto resolve, you can select these kind of like here when you edit the pipeline record, here you can see there's a field called exclude from auto resolve. So there are 6 metadata types available. So when you chosen these 6 files in this right side, so if in merge conflict occur while deploying when we do the promotion process, so this will not auto resolve by Copado. So you have to do it by yourself. So from this point you can do this and yeah, this support this and the over. So we talked about that this user story overlap awareness. To do this user story overlap awareness, you have to come to your selected project and you have to click this index metadata checkbox to calculate the overlap this feature. And I can show how we can resolve this merge conflict. So I have created one class and one test class from via this user story. This is the user story I have created, and it's deployed until production. And I have used the same example that is available in the Copado Academy. So you can go and check this one. And I have, so this is the class I have created. So here you can see this is the class I have created. So this is simple account operation class that's we are setting the default description for the account. and the test classes. And I have created two more user stories, one from dev1 and one from dev2. So when you go to see this dev, you can see that this is coming from dev1. Created one method. This is set default font. So I have created one method to set the default font for that account. This is coming from dev1 environment, and you can see here this is coming from dev2 environment, where I have created another method, but anyway I'm creating these additional methods from the account operation class. So the dev1 additional method is not available in dev2 additional method. So we will be getting the merge conflict while we deploy the changes, because two developers working in the same file and they are touching the same line to add their methods. And also while we discuss, so we talk about this user story overlap awareness, and I told that when we do this index metadata from the project, so it will take all the user story that is linked with project to check the potential conflict, right? So when you go to this fourth user story and just go to this related yeah, and when you see this user story metadata, here you can see, when you click this view, here you see that test account operation and account operation. So this is telling you that it is potentially conflict with the other user story. So when you click this particular metadata, you can see with user story, these things got conflicts. You can see that this is having the potential conflict with user story 3. Likewise, we can see these kind of potential conflict, and even before deploying these changes, you can avoid these kind of potential conflict. You don't need to do it while you deploy, so you can proactively resolve these kind of issues by checking these. And now, as we all know that user story 4 is ready, so we will be promote and deploy these changes. Okay. So before that, I think we all know that we need to test this, because we are going to deploy one Apex test. So we need to make sure that this manual step, we need to run the test class to achieve our minimum Apex code coverage. So this is done. So we have done our run this like test class, and we will be going back to this user story before and deploying this user story to the next one. So it will automatically create a promotion and then it will deploy to the next environment. So that we can check in the related checkbox. In the related tabs, you can see this promotion. So this time it's creating a deployment for this story. So that I think we have already discussed about these things, right? It's created the deployment and it will automatically do the deployment to the UAT environment. You can see that this deployment happen. Then we will like going again to like again because it's in the UAT, so we will be deploying this again into production. Just this promote and deploy and see. Okay, so this will deploy to from UAT to production. So this will happen. But as we discussed, so the user story 5 also the developer runs some. So we will be just trying to deploy this so we will try to deploy these changes. Here it will create a user story promotion. And here it will create a promotion branch from the UAT branch, and it will try to merge this feature branch deployed. See that Copado has you can see there's a button called review merge conflict is appear in this layout, and also this status is changed to merge conflict. So what you have to do is you need to just click this review merge conflict button. So when you click this review merge conflict, it will show the files that is that have this merge conflict. So how we can use it? You can click this auto resolve or resolve. So for these are the Apex classes. So ideally you should manually resolve these conflicts. So you just click these classes, where you can see this is the panel that I have stopped showing you guys while do the. So this is the merge conflict resolution panel. So this is the panel Copado offer you to resolve these kind of conflict resolution. So you don't need to clone these things, and you don't need to do these kind of deployments in your local, or you don't need to resolve these kind of merge conflicts in your local. So you can use this panel. So there they have one panel and two panels and three panels UIs that you can use to resolve these kind of merge conflict. So I'm choosing these three panels UI. So here you can resolve these kind of merge conflicts. Just you need to click these arrows from feature branch and the promotion branch, and this is the resolution that you are going to do. So you just click this this one. So this will override these method, or else you can accept this one, or else you can you can set default font. So I have to set the default font, as well as I have to use my this one as well. So you can edit these files as well. So here you can see that you can edit this file as well. You can just check, yes, set default font, you are set default URL, and you can check yes. Now you can resolve this conflict, and you can just see. So you can see that this is resolved, and also you can resolve the test class as well, because you can copy. I think you can test account operation in there, so you just copy and paste this one to accept both the both the test methods, and you just save it. So this will automatically resolve these kind of conflicts, and after resolve these conflicts, you can create again the deployment. So just run specified test, and you can create. Got changed to conflict resolved, and the review conflict so after you resolve these kind of conflicts, keep, and also it will keep that conflict resolve file as well with Copado, because as you all know that these fourth user stories. So production. So here you can start it until production. And this is successfully we successfully resolve this merge conflict. So this is those conflict resolution file will be attached in that promotion as a attachment, and it will use these files while we do another deployment like this. While we do a deployment like this, and if the user story encountered or the files encountered the same conflict, then Copado will use these files to resolve that conflicts automatically by using this smart conflict resolution feature. So here you can see that it's automatically create this. I think we have to deploy this. So have resolved this conflict in the user story 5 and added the user story 4 changes with this one, and we are trying to deploy it to UAT, and it will take the resolved file and it will deploy to UAT, and nothing will happen because we resolve the conflict, we resolve the merge conflict. And also like we discussed, so whenever you do the from UAT to production, it will use the same conflict resolution and will deploy without showing you to resolve the conflict, because Copado has used this smart resolve online conflict resolution, so smart resolution feature to identify and automatically resolve this conflict. So yes, it's successfully happened, and we'll just click this in the promote and deploy, and it will automatically do. You don't need to do again the conflict resolution. Okay, then this anyway we can come and see this one, and we move to next one. So we'll be moving to Copado continuous delivery. I think you guys can see my screen, right, Susan?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so we will be moving to Copado continuous delivery. So what is the Copado continuous delivery? So this is like this is the new feature that Copado has added in like last release, winter 20 release. So this is like it's allowed. This Copado continuous delivery allows us to deliver the changes from the lower environment to production quick and safe and sustainable. So which means you can configure some something and click some buttons, and it will be automatically do the deployment from lower environments until production without the manual clicks or something. And with the Copado continuous delivery, we can create the connection behaviors, and we can add that connection behaviors in the pipeline. So which means the pipeline has the environments and the connection between the environments. So we can create connection behaviors, and we can schedule or automate the deployment. Or we can schedule the back promotion, or we can automate the back promotion, and also we can enforce the quality gates like validation deployment, or the complaint scans and Selenium tests, and also these PMT scans and everything that you can do automatically by configuring these connection behaviors. And also you need to add this submit button into your user story layout to launch this deployment behaviors. So we will be doing this next. And also for the prerequisites, what you have to do is you have to enable this change data capture in your Copado organization for the user story and the promotion objects, because we need to capture these change data capture. I think you all know about the all know about what is change data capture of Salesforce. So we have to enable this for user story and promotion. And also the user that creating an O credential or trying to deploy or using this Copado continuous delivery have at least one O credential for the destination environment. Or if they have a default O credential, it will happen. Other than that, the user that is trying to deploy the changes to production need to have a Copado release manager license, because to deploy the changes to production, he need a top level license. Otherwise, they can't, or the user can't deploy the changes to the production. And the connection behavior. So what is the connection behavior? So the connection behavior is none other than the template that we need to define for the deployment or the back promotion or the quality gates behavior while do our deployment using our release management process, in our release management process. And also the connection behavior allows us to do three things. The deployment behavior. So how we can deploy the user stories from lower environment to upper environment, whether we need to schedule it or whether we need to automate the deployment or it would be a manual deployment. And also the back promotion behavior. You can schedule, automate, or manually do the back promotion. And also the quality gates. So you can, you know that what are the quality gates? So because we are trying to do the Copado continuous delivery, which means we don't know what will happen when we schedule the a user story. Which means if the user story has some issues, and if you just schedule a deployment, it will deploy the changes even without checking the quality gates or the quality of the metadata changes. So we can simply set up the or define the quality gates while creating these connection behaviors. And also the metadata groups. So as you all know that we can create connection behaviors, right? So whenever we creating a quality gate, or to ensure the quality of the user story metadata, we need to group the metadata as well. For example, if you are deploying user story with Apex classes or the Apex triggers, you need to make sure that these classes having the 75% code coverage. So these kind of thing you have to do. So you can group the metadatas in different groups, and you can test only when necessary while doing the deployment. So you can create a metadata and metadata groups, and inside the metadata groups, you can add the metadata items. Like if it is a Apex class, you can add as a Apex class as a metadata item. So this is something the family of this group. So you can add these many as the metadata item into a groups. That so it's depending on you. You can just create one metadata group only for Apex classes and triggers, and you can create quality gates that these kind of metadata. If this kind of metadata is with user story, that need to like what we call, that need to do some that need to accept the that need to like follow some best practices, or it's need to satisfy the 75% Apex code coverage. So you can create metadata groups, and you can add the metadata items inside that group as well. So we can go and check these as well. So first we need to enable this change data capture in the organization. I think you guys can understand. So before that, we will check whether this is deployed to production. Because it used the same result file while deploying from UAT to production. So you don't need to resolve this conflict every time. Before you, okay. That's about that conflict resolution. We will be talking about part of continuous delivery. So we need to like enable this CCD. Change data cache. So have to enable users to read. It's a simple Copado uses story and Copado function. Okay, we have to save this one. So we have to configure this connection behaviors. So where we can configure this connection behavior, we have to configure this in the pipelines. So this is the pipeline that is connected with our project. So the project. So we can go to this pipeline manager. Just configure this pipeline. So here you can see that we can create connection behaviors by click this shield button of any environments. So for the UAT environment, you can click this shield environment and you can create a connection behavior while using this Copado continuous delivery. Even this is applicable for the user story that is coming from dev 1 or dev 2. And also you can override this connection behavior. So you can override and differentiate when coming from dev 1, you need to have different, you may need to have different connection behaviors. Or when it's coming from dev 2, you may need a different connection behavior. So you can override these connection behavior by clicking these kind of, you can see these kind of, so when it will automatically create connection behavior that is only applicable for the user story that is coming from dev 1 to UAT. So these kind of things you can do, but for the moment, can create only for the UAT. We will remove this one and create a UAT connection behavior. Here you can see there are deployment behaviors and back promotion behavior, and also there is a quality case that we for this UAT environment. So we can just put, just click this as a automated. So you can we can for this example we can make this deployment behavior as automated, and for the back promotion behavior we can schedule as we discussed last week. So the back promotion need to be like scheduled, right? Otherwise, this will be override the other developers' working process changes in the environment. So you have to like inform the developers that you are going to schedule the back promotion. And also you can put a post deployment action as well. So when a user story is coming to a deployment, coming to UAT, so you can after coming to the UAT, you can change this user stories status as ready for UAT. And so you can see that there are batches also there, right? You can see that schedule max batch size and those things. So this is about this user stories count. So when you try to put this as one means, so whenever you deploy one user story, or when you click to deploy from one environment to other environment, it will take only one user story in one promotion. So if you put like 10, so whenever it try to back promote user stories from upper environment to lower environment, it will take 10 user stories in a promotion. So for the back promotion, we can put as 10, but for the deployment as a safe side, we can put only one user stories. So it will create one promotion per user stories, and we can share, we can do that we can create multiple quality gates as well. So just click one. Yeah. No. See, we will save this one. First, we will see this connection behaviors. Okay. So here you can see when you try to do the schedule, it will populate the one button here, schedule back promotion. So you have to schedule the back promotions, right? So you can schedule the back promotion in particular days. Like this, we can weekly, every Sunday we will be starting this back promotion around 12. So it will automatically create this cron expression, and it will save inside this also you would like to create that quality gates as well. But before creating a quality gates, that you have to create this metadata group that we have already explained. So we will create metadata groups. Metadata groups. So we will create one metadata group, and we will put the Apex classes and triggers. We will create. We are going to group the metadata that is available in our environment, and we'll create a metadata item. So here you can see, here you can add number of metadata items for this metadata group. So here we are going to add Apex class, and also here you have the options like you can put all the Apex class, or you can select the advanced metadata name, and you can filter the Apex classes as well. So starts with or ends with or contains ends with, because if a team is creating Apex classes or specific prefix, you can select that only for that Apex classes. You can create this metadata group, or you can filter the metadata item, which means the Apex. So in this case, we are checking all the Apex classes. And also you have to add this, you have to go to this parent group, and you have to add another metadata item as well. This time this is Apex trigger, and save. So you have created metadata item, and this is the metadata item that is having this metadata item, sorry, metadata group that is having metadata items, which is Apex class and Apex trigger. So here you have created the Apex connection behavior. So we will creating another two quality gates before coming. So we have to check the check the metas, it's coming to next environment, right? So we will create quality gates. Just put as apex test, apex tests, check or something. We will create apex text. So there are types of complaints. There are type of quality gates that you can do while do the deployment or while using this CCD. So in this case, we are anyway going to test the apex test. So we can put apex test with validation, and also you can select the apex test level as well. Here, anyway, you can't run local test because it will take some time. So we will run specified test, and also you need to like select the metadata group. So here we have created the metadata group. So whenever we have a user stories with apex class or triggers, these quality gate will be checked before deploying to UAT, because we are creating these quality gates for the UAT. And also we will be creating another UAT behavior. You will be we will be creating another quality gates as well. So it's mean PR for EV developer. So here you can create pull request, metadata group, whatever the group that we create, and also task owner you can create my one. So which means, so before deploying the changes that is coming from lower environment, which include this apex class or triggers, need to have an approval with the lead developer. So that is the quality gate we are creating over here for the UAT. So just click save. Here we have created these quality gates for this one. And we'll go to this pipeline. Here you can see that this pipeline is something like this. Okay. When you can see, we have this one. We don't need. We will remove this one. Here you can see that the behavior of the deployment is like automated, and the back promotion is scheduled, and we have two more for this connection behavior. UAT to production behavior that we don't need anymore. So we are not going to like see about this the connection behavior. So because this UAN will try to deploy one user story from lower environment to upper environment. Because it will take some time, because we have to create this connection behavior every time. So we will just create one connection behavior. So whenever, so I have for this one as well. So here you can see I have added one user story. So normally we commit changes and we have doing this promote and deploy checked, or click this ready to promote check, and we will deploy manually, or will do automatically by clicking this one. But here how we can use, so as discussed or as explained you guys, as explained you guys, we need to add some what you call, add one button over here to use this Copado continuous delivery. To have to add this submit button into our page. We have added this one. Then you can see that page of the submit button is available. So this newly created button over here, and if you click the submit button, so here you can see that we have created one connection behavior from Dev 1 to UAT. Here you can see this deployment is automated to UAT, and also we have Apex test check, and also we have this PR for lead developer. And just click submit changes. Okay, this Apex coverage. Sorry for that, guys. So we have to remove this deactivate one process build over here. Okay. Store. So here you can see that it's scheduled, and also you can see that ready to promote checkbox is automatically checked, because we are using this Copado continuous delivery feature. So automatically it's doing this. And when you go to this user story, and it will, here you can see this CCD is automatically create one user story promotion. So ideally, this should create ideally this should create a promotion, and we need to check the Apex test classes coverage, and also it's need to ask the developer to check the PR. So there is something happen. So we will wait for some time, and we will check the slides as well. So I think you guys have some idea about what is this Copado continuous delivery. So that's it about the Copado continuous delivery, and also about the deployment, this Git merge conflict resolution panel of some features of Copado. So we will be anyway looking to that in between the quiz or something. So I will check that one. And other than that, guys, so these are the homeworks for you guys. So go and sign up with Copado and create a GitHub and account, and try with creating a playground, and try it all the features. So I have listed some features as well for the Copado that is not. So we haven't go through these features of Copado. So you guys go and check these features. So the data deployment features, it's like to deploy the data that is in the production to the lower environments, sandboxes. So for example, so if you guys are the Salesforce people, so you know about the need of the data, right? If you have encountered any issues in the production, you may need to have a same kind of data into your sandboxes to try these scenarios that is failing in the production. So you have to have those data, the relational data in your sandboxes as well. For that, Copado has data deployment features, and also Copado has a tool called Copado CLI. So you can you can do this promotion, deployment, and everything using the Copado CLI from your IDs as well. And also Copado has these DX related features. You can create stretch jobs, and you can add the stretch jobs in the pipeline, and you can deploy the changes from the DX itself from to the other environments. And also Copado has the testing frameworks that like Selenium testing, those things. So using these things, you can do the automation, test automation, the other stuff. And also Copado offers another tool called Copado Complaints Hub. So this is like to before deploying a user story to the upper environment, you can ensure the complaints rule that is stayed in your org. So you can create like these metadata groups. You can create complaints groups, and you can add the metadatas, and before deploying to the next environment, you can ensure that these metadatas apply your complaints of the company. And also there's a static code analysis, so which means you know about the PMD tools and codes and the other tools. So to use those tools, you can identify the best practices that your FX triggers and other stuff. And also using this, you can avoid deploying user story that is not following the best practices or following the program best practices of Salesforce. So these kind of things you can use using set up this by set up this static code analysis in your. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much about these guys. I will look about that Copado continuity, that it's need to create a promotion. I don't know what happened, so I will check this one. But I think Sushant, you guys can go ahead with the quiz. In between, I can check that, and I will get back to you guys. So. And also, if you guys have any questions, then I can answer that as well.
So we have one question from Swami. When a conflict gets resolved, will it get back merged with all the lower level organizations?
Hey guys, Ishan, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Am I audible?
Yeah.
So we have one question from Swami. If you can go to the chat window, you can find. He is asking like, when a conflict get resolved, will it get back merged with all lower environments as well, or we have to do manually?
When a conflict gets resolved, will it get back merged with all the lower level? Oh no, that anyway you have to do it, right? The For these kind of you have to do the what we call back promotions, because you are having the you are resolve the conflict with the other user story, right? Dev2. So the Dev2 changes anyway not in the Dev1 environment. So you have to back promote this Dev2 user story from UAT to Dev1 environment. So you have to back promote those changes. While back promote the changes, if you have encountered any other conflict, you have to resolve that conflict. Or if the conflict is same as what you have resolved, Copado will use the same conflict resolution file to deploy the changes.
Next question from Anuj: how you know more about Pathfinder program? So
How to know more about Pathfinder program? So
this is,
it's
I think
too
this is something,
specific.
yeah, this is something
It's too.
new program, yeah, and we are I think we are also not aware
No, I
about it.
think the Pathfinder program, there's no called Pathfinder program. So there's a Pathfinder group in Copado. So you can go and check about these things in Copado success community.
I'm pinging the URL. It's success.copado.com.
Can
So
we
this,
avoid running test class every time we deploy a user story? Yeah, I think you can avoid, because like what we configure, I think you may see in that I have created a Copado continuous delivery, which means the connection behavior in between the user stories, not the user stories, in the environments. So, when you configure that Copado continuous connection behavior, it will take as a step to run these test classes. So you don't need to every time every time it won't run the test classes. And also there is a test type also there, right? You can know test run, no, there is a specific run specified test, and run all local test, and run something. So, and also this is totally depending on the configuration that you have done in the environment. So if there is a checkbox over there, if you click that run all test classes in the environment, so whenever you deploy a user story, this will take the configuration of the environment. So it will always running all the test classes. But if the user story contains these Apex classes or Apex triggers, always you need to run these always these test classes always need to be run. Otherwise, you don't know, you can't ensure the quality of the code, right? So it will anyway happen, but it won't run the test class when you try to deploy other metadata like object or fields or other metadata. When this metadata indexing will validate the conflicts, is there any scheduled job on backend to validate the conflicts? Yeah, this is what we talk about, this overlap awareness, like overlap awareness feature, right, of Copado. So Copado will automatically run the backend, and it will show the potential conflicts that will occur with this user story. So it will show the potential conflict with the other user story. So you can coordinate with the developer and you can resolve it even before deploying that user story or even before you encounter these conflicts.
So I think we are good with the questions now. I know we took so much of time today, but I think
Okay, yeah, yeah.
but I think
Okay, let's.
today's session was really great. First of all, we will get to know the new things what will Copado will come up with in upcoming months, and second session by Hari. I know Hari, it's really tough for you to manage all these things in a very shorter time. 1 hour session for and we have only 4 sessions. I know 4 hours not very much for this a big tool like Copado. It will definitely need around I guess 1 month every day, one 1 hour. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but no, I think you have managed really well, and whatever you taught to us, it's very detailed and in a very good manner. So thanks for all these things we have done for this session. Thank you so much, Hari. Okay, guys. So let me share my screen now, and it's now a quiz time. Hari, please confirm if you are able to see my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, we
Yes,
can
sir.
see it your screen.
Okay. Guys, we will
Hi
wait
guys.
for
Hi guys,
guys.
please use your proper names.
Exactly. And guys, we will wait for 2 minutes more, and then we will start our session. So I think few more people remains to join. So I will urge everyone to join quickly so that we can start with our quiz. Okay, guys. So meanwhile, the rules are still same. Uh, those who have already won certification vouchers more than 2 times or more, then they are not eligible for the certification voucher. In that case, what we will do, we will consider the next runner-up, uh, the person who is on fourth place, and winners of this quiz are finalized by the above rule, the rule number one, and no consideration will be taken in account after that, after final decision. So we have restricted this rule because we want other people to also get the benefit of our sessions, and they can get certified. All right, so I think everyone joined. I still see 111 players, so let's get started. Good luck, guys. We have 20 questions today. 5 seconds left. Only 5 answers, 6 answers. Guys, you have to be quick. We have only 20 seconds for answering each question. How we can review and resolve the conflicts. Swami, you are playing really well. Keep going. This is the fourth question, guys. What type of conflicts resolution process are available in Copado? How can you create a connection behavior record for the initial environment, INT environment? Integration. This is integration environment. Ten seconds left, guys. Nihal is on top. Nihal, Swami, and Deepak playing really well. But Nihal, you know the rules, I guess. It's a true false. Which of the following is explaining Copado continuous delivery? Tenth question. in which report we can enable user story overlap awareness. How can we exclude the user story from user story overlap awareness? Six people's answer correctly. Okay, Thana, you are playing really well. Good luck, good luck. We have 5 questions left. So you have a chance. Eighteenth question. Nineteenth one. What are the behaviors that can be defined in the connection behavior? We have 4 options. 10 seconds left. Here are our winners for session 4. Ankush, congratulations, Ankush, congratulations, Nihal, and congratulations, Rami. Uh, but I think Nihal already. First of all, congratulations, Nihal. You are really played well throughout our all the sessions, and you are always first, second, or third. But since you are already won two vouchers, so we have to like consider the fourth person who is on fourth place. But great job, you did fabulous throughout the our Copado session. And congratulations for Ankush Ramaswamy and the fourth uh, person. We will
Yeah, congrats, guys. Sushant, can I share my screen and I will show that because I found it.
sure, sure. So just one update. So we will share the final results of Kahoot quiz on our Twitter and LinkedIn. So keep watching within half an hour or within a 1 hour. We will share the results on LinkedIn and Twitter. Yeah. So go ahead.
Okay, man. Okay, thanks, Sushant. So as we discuss, so whenever we create a user story or whenever try to deploy a user story using this while uh, enable this Copado continuous delivery, you might feel so it's already create a promotion record. And here you can see that we have configured two things, right? One is Apex test with validation. So, and it will create those quality gates as a step in a deployment. So here you can see it creates two steps. One is Apex test with validation. So it has already check the test of the metadata that we are trying to deploy from the user story, and it will validate that user story or the metadata here in this step. And afterwards, you can see that pull request is available, right? So the lead developer need to approve this pull request. So this is a manual task. And when you go to this email, you can see. So this is the email that I got from Copado that they are saying there's a manual task that waiting for my intervention, that pull request. So then I can go directly to this deployment and I can check the pull request via the GitHub and I can just change this as complete. So, and I can just update this second step. So it also passed. Then it will create the deployment. So the actual deployment to deploy the changes from lower environment to UAT, because we have configured this connection behavior for the UAT. So it will deploy the changes to UAT. So likewise, if you have done all things automatically, so it will deploy the changes from lower environment until production without anyone interferes. So we just go and check our manual task. We just need to update the some fields. So it will automatically deploy the changes, as well as we have configured this connection behavior, the back promotion behavior as scheduled, right? In each Sundays or the scheduled time, it will back promote all the user stories that is in the UAT to the lower environments. So this is the so here you can see this is completed successfully. See, it will deployed successfully to UAT. So in the schedule time, it will back promote the changes to dev 2 because we have configured dev 1, dev 2 in our pipeline. So this is cool, right? This CCD is cool, right? we need to just click one button. It will automatically do the deployment until production. So we will automate the deployment as well using Copado. Yeah, that's it, guys. I think this will be more than enough.
Thanks. Thank you so much, Hari.
Yeah.
So guys, one announcement. Our today's winner Ankush. So Ankush come from front, and he said like he already have admin certification, and he already purchased for dev. So Ankush want to give away his certification to the next runner-up. So thank you so much, Ankush, for this initiative, and really awesome, guys. As a part of Salesforce community, we always want this type of like initiatives from your end. So like if you have or something already with you and you are, then this is like in a habit of our Salesforce community. Like we will always give away this to our colleagues in our Salesforce community. So thank you so much, Ankush, for this. So guys, now. We will consider our runner fifth, which is on fifth floor, as our third winner. So very soon we will share the final results. And again, now this is the time when we have to wrap up our this entire Copado series. And I would like to appreciate everyone for participating in entire series. And I would like to thank Hari for all the sessions and for all the hard works you did throughout this June session, and make this particular Copado series, DevOps series, really successful. So we get a very good response for this entire series, entire Copado series, and I would really appreciate Hari for all the efforts you have did. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks Shashank, and thank you for the participants. I think you guys gained something about Copado, but don't stop here. Just go and create a playground and try it, those things, guys. So you have to go and try these things to understand more clearly about Copado, because this is in the series we have only four and a half hours to discuss about Copado. So this is not enough. So just go through the Copado community and understand the things, because DevOps is the future, because we all need to know about DevOps in terms of Salesforce. We all know about change sets and everything. So guys,
Exactly. Thank you
it's
so
better.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Hari. And guys, it's time to say goodbye to you. And keep blazing your trails and learning something new in our Salesforce system. And thank you so much, guys, for all your time. Have a great day ahead. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Okay,
Bye,
guys.
everyone.
Bye. Bye, guys. Bye.